Are you happy with your Airstream step? Does it sag when you step on it? Does it roll in and out easy? Have you lost a bolt? Why I ask is because I have received something in the mail today that I think some of you may find interesting. Is it necessary? Maybe. Is it a nice upgrade? Probably. I'm going to put it on and show you what it's all about. I like the Airstream step, don't get me wrong. I'm not doing this because I don't like the Airstream step. I just think there's some facets of the step that could be improved. For example, the way you step on it. So I made a video about this months and months and months ago, and why I used a portable step out here instead of rolling the step out that I'm currently sitting on. That was before I received this pretty cool thing from Phil. So Phil, the No Lock Sky, and I think this is a wonderful product to have, and I wish Airstream would include this with their purchase, because I think it's something that's a wonderful upgrade for the Airstream step. And I'm going to talk real quick about what I mean. You see my step here. Typically when you open the door to step in, you step in this corner and you go up the steps. Rarely do people step in the very center of the steps and go up. But you can see if you have the bottom step out, I mean, I'm 170 pounds, and it's a bit of a drop there and a bit of pressure on it. And you got to keep all these things lubricated. It can be problematic, but I have this cool thing sitting right here, and it's a complete step replacement, and it's from Torklift Central. So I've done a number of their products. I put a number of their products on my truck, my old truck, and the Airstream. Notably, I put on the side load stabilizers, inserts to your leaf springs. I drove around maybe 50,000-60,000 miles with those in my leaf springs in my old truck, and it prevents sag, and it stabilizes the towing trailer, whatever type you're using. I put on a front receiver hitch on the old F350, and I thought it was a great addition. I never used it for anything, but you could use it for a bike rack, you could use it for a step. I had a receiver hitch on the old bumper, not this bumper, but on the old bumper of the old trailer. I put one of their receiver hitches on to carry bikes on the back of the old trailer. So they have a number of great products, and this step here is one that you can get for most RV brands. So if you're unhappy with your step, or if it's sagging, or if it causes some issues with your current setup, maybe you should look into getting one of these steps. In full disclosure, I did not pay for this. It was sent to me from the marketing team here to do this video, so I'm doing the video, but it is something I think is a really cool upgrade. So if you don't yet have a step brace, or you have the old Airstream step, or there's some reason you think this may be a better thing, what I like about this is you see the feet here that touch the ground. They're adjustable with this push button step here, so you can adjust those where you need to be, but it's going to be pushing on the ground, and it tucks up underneath, just I assume just like the other step does, so there will be nothing hanging out here, but it's a pretty easy install. If you have a 2024 for sure, maybe 2023, there's an access panel here down below that I'll show you in a minute, but I don't have that access panel, so I got to drill a couple holes. But they do include a plate to cover up the holes with, so if you're going to put this on, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm excited to show you how this whole thing works. So let's go get it installed. I need to cut a hole here and another one over here. So you got to get it, there's two rivet lines you see right here. So there's a stud here that runs right down through this side. So I got to get it between those two. And then over here, it's not as big a deal as it is on this side, because there's basically a rib. So you got to get it between the rib. This side, not as drastic. Oh, I think I need a new battery. All right. Now, something you got to be very mindful of when you're cutting these things out is it's sharp. So you're going to have to reach in here to take some bolts off, or take some bolts out, I should say. But just know that this metal, or this aluminum right here, is sharp, so be careful. And get this on the flat part, not on the curved part, so you can, when you put the plate on, it'll cover it up. So now I need to Pop these 2 screws out. And go get the right size Allen wrench. And I might have to go get a breaker bar because this thing's too wide to get in that hole and do much. Alright, I had to get them broken loose here. I got them done. They are a bit of a bear, and an added feature is, if you saw my video I did with Ronnie Dennis from Airstream Nuts and Bolts recently, I took a punch and I punched out some of this, so it was even extra hard to get off. So I'm still taking these nuts off. There's 2 more here and one over there, and there's a wrench you got to put on the back side of those to get those off. But I'm gonna get these things off. I'll get these undone first, and then we'll move on to the others. The bolt hole right here, that's one that comes out, and then the one that's in here comes out. So this is the one for here, and this is the one for right there. So I still got to take that little bolt out, which pulls this whole thing out, and there's one on each side. So taking out the step is a pretty arduous process, just because it's limited space. They put this thing on before they put this banana trim down here, so they do it when they got the frame upside down and can tighten everything down. All right, I've got the step in there. It's not attached yet, but this is what it looks like. You have your adjustable feet here, and once it sets down, it is permanent attached there, so no going back. But to put it up, it just folds up like that. Squeeze it tight, roll it up, slide it in, and it locks in place. Now you don't have the rounded, like the rounded bottom here, like this on the old step over there, so it had that rounded bottom edge, but this looks okay. It hangs down a little bit more. It doesn't hang any lower than your stabilizers do, so no big deal. All right, I'm gonna get it tightened down. All right, the last step is to put these cover plates on. Final operation of the step. This took me about an hour to do. The hardest part is taking the old step off, but this thing works pretty well. And it comes out and here. Now, negative aspect of this particular model, this step, is I can't just unfold it real quick to get in and out like the top step. So this thing's going to go all the way to the ground every time. If you fold it back up like this, like that top step would not do any good just hanging out. So you can't use this independently, it won't hang. So you do have to put both of them out to use it, which is not that big a deal. Most of the times we can step up in there if we're just using, we stop at a rest area or stop at a gas station, need to go in. We normally don't pull the step out anyway, but depending on your level of flexibility and your ability to do a step up into the rig, depending where you are. Some people leave a stool just right here by the door and just pull it out every time, but this is pretty handy. It's very sturdy. The whole frame is sturdy. It bolts in there pretty well. It's a good setup. I think it's a neat addition to the rig. I think it's a nice upgrade. If it's something you're interested in because you don't like your current step, I think it'd be worth the shot. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you to all the folks at Torklift for all the cool stuff you make and for letting me be a part of it and sending me stuff to check out. And I almost forgot, they have a really cool boot brush you can hook right on the side of your step. So now you can clean off your feet before you go inside. And this just pops right on and off. Really handy. Hey everybody, quick update on the step. I left the 2-step version on for about a week, and I went to 5 different campsites because we were moving day after day after day during that time. I found that unless I was on a perfectly level spot, I could not get the steps level. Reason is because this trailer has a 3-inch lift kit on it. All the folks at Torklift are working hard. They're building me a second step, and it's going to have 3 steps instead of 2. So as soon as I get that here, I will get it installed. I now have the 3-step version of the step installed. We are at the Airstream rally right now. I don't have an install of the 3-step version because it's exactly the same as installing the 2-step version. It's just one more step, but I put it on. Here's some photos of it right here. So the step has been well received. I probably had 200 people come by my trailer and look at various things, and so many of them have stepped on the step and said, wow, that thing is so sturdy. So if you are someone with mobility issues, or you have an old animal who needs to come in and out and has a hard time getting in and out, I think this step is a wonderful option for you. If you're in a lifted Airstream, you need to have the 3-step version of it. They are building these right now. You can order one online. They won't ship until maybe Thanksgiving, but for right now, between now and 18 October, you can get 48, that's right, 48% off of your step purchase using Brad's code, BRAD48. So make sure you check out their website. You can find it in the video description down below. And the code's down there as well to get your discount and get this step ordered if it's something you want. It requires a few tools and a little bit of know-how to get the step on and off. Getting the old step off is the most difficult part, but they have refined the process, meaning the cover plates that they have, some other little cover things they have, and the way to do it, the manual is all fixed up now. So I'm grateful to have a part in this, and I'm grateful to have the relationship with Torklift and everybody over there. So they make really cool stuff, and if you think this step is for you, get yours ordered now. And again, the discount ends on 18 October. Love you all. Happy adventures. Bye.